The Commonwealth Bank puts out a no-interest credit card. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. It looks like the CBA has jumped on the no-interest credit card bandwagon. Free money for everyone. I suspect these type of things are a loss leader to keep you in their ecosystem. They want to keep you in their ecosystem. Or when you look at the fees they charge and calculate that as an annual interest rate, it still hits about 4 to 8%, depending on how much the fees are. Which, well, for a credit card, is actually quite an improvement. Over some of them, I think, are like 20% interest, some insane amounts. But, I mean, there you go. I still think it's to compete with Afterpay, it's to compete with Zip. We have a look here, Afterpay right now, their shares are at $72. And let's jump out to 5-year data, and we can see here, who got in at the IPO, guys, and has held for that long. A couple of bucks to over 70. What was it at? It was at 90 at one stage, wasn't it? No, 70. Yeah, $95. Didn't quite break $100. Didn't quite break 100. And remember, this has got no dividend. No dividend yet. Then we've got the CBA. They're at $66.17, and their dividend yield is 4.5%. Their 52-week high is $91, and their low was at 53. Their market cap is $117 billion, where Afterpay's is only $20 billion. But still, a lot of money has flooded into Afterpay because people expect, well, that it's going to be successful. It's hips to lay by. It's the younger generations are using this and are getting out of credit cards. But could these no-interest credit cards be a threat to Afterpay? Hey, you know what you could do? They just need to allow you to pay your credit card, your no-interest credit card, using Afterpay in 4 easy payments. And then you get to chuck some flybys points at them too, and some velocity points, all of that rubbish. Just to get you to spend. I've become such a cynical bastard, I really have. The older I get, the grayer I get. I still use these things called coins. I went and sold like 12 kilos of scrap metal yesterday, and it helped pay for the kids' slushies at the 7-Eleven. And it's like these coins were newly polished. I don't think you'd ever touch them. But there you go. And there you go. Collect scrap, just stuff lying around the house. Got $200 a ton for it. Well, not too bad for stuff I would have thrown in the bin. But I'm lucky because the scrap metal place is pretty much on the way to the slurpy place. I wouldn't be going out of my way for it. So, back to the no-interest credit card. Stop rambling about scrap metal, sorry. Commonwealth Bank launches a new no-interest credit card to combat buy now, pay later. I mean, I bank with the CommBank and they always are pushing me. Do you need more money? Use your your redraw from your bank, from your home loan. Or use this app we've developed that lets you do buy now, pay later. As young spenders turn their back on high debt accruing products, CommBank has hastily launched a new no-interest credit card. Commonwealth Bank has hastily launched a new no-interest credit card in a bid to attract younger spenders turning their back on high debt accruing lending products. For a monthly fee ranging between $12 and $22. So it's higher than the last one we saw. I think was it ANZ? I think it was ANZ, wasn't it? Or NAB, one of them. I can't remember now. It's all the same. CommBank's Neo card provides customers with a credit limit of up to $3,000, attracting zero interest, no annual or late fees, and no foreign currency fees. What? Okay. But you've already got a monthly fee. So who cares about what? Would you have an annual fee on top of a monthly fee? It's just saying that you pay your annual fee in monthly installments. You're paying to have access to this line of credit. The new card, offered by Australia's largest retail bank, also gives customers a range of discounts and cashback offers through CBA's loyalty reward program. Now, I never really bothered with any of these loyalty programs or things because, frankly, I got into it first with the flybys, and then it's just a pain. You rack up all these points and you get, a $20 voucher or something. And I don't want the thrill or the potential for a reward influencing my purchasing decisions. I mean, it mathematically doesn't add up. I mean, if the reward program would be in CommBank shares, then maybe I'd consider it. If you got a hefty discount on CommBank shares, what about Why not? But I can't see him doing that. Remember when Coles used to have their shareholder discount, so everyone would go and buy just enough shares to get that discount card, so you get the discount every time you shop. I think they ended that. It would have put an inflation in their share price. Jupiter's, when they were a listed company before they got bought out, you'd get a discount at all their restaurants. So I went and bought myself $500 worth of shares, just so whenever I went there, I could get the share discount. I don't know if it. Well, it probably saved me a bit of money. I didn't mind going to Jupiter's. The restaurants were nice. So retail banking executive Angus Sullivan said the card was a response to younger customers having less of an appetite for traditional credit products, which could cause debts to blow out through high interest fees. Traditional credit cards can attract annual interest rates of between 10% to nearly 25%. It is a card to make payments, Mr. Sullivan said. This is far more expensive than the category label of credit card. Or expansive. How? You're just trying to keep them in your ecosystem. Maybe I'll use that picture for the thumbnail. What do you reckon? CBA's latest payment product comes one day after arrival. Okay, NAB announced the first ever no-interest credit card in the Australian personal lending market. Well, it's okay. Well, it should be a fixed fee card. The venture into no-interest incurring loans by both banks coincides with a boom in buy now, pay later lending platforms such as Afterpay and Zip, which are enabling consumers to purchase goods and services through installment payments that do not incur interest-free fees. I need a coffee there. This is just getting me so excited, the prospect of a no-interest credit card. Because I still have 2 credit cards. I still use them just for the convenience of tapping. And I'm annoyed that I incur the real money in the credit cards, I think, is in the transaction fees. Like I had to pay my rego, and I did it online yesterday, and there was like a $2 transaction fee. I mean, that's it. Got to get into these. Actually, let's look at this now. Screw Afterpay. Let's look at MasterCard shares. MasterCard shares. There you go, $338. What are they sitting at a year? Oh, they took a bit of a spill, but they're right back up there. Ooh, that dividend is terrible. 0.47%. Why are people buying these? I guess they don't want it for the dividend yield. Wow. Got a friend who works for him. He gets, I think, stock options. I think he was annoyed he got them, and then they took a bit of a tumble. So he'd be happy now. They're right back to normal now. He'd be happy. Good on him. The venture. Okay, yep, we looked at this. This hybrid space provides much more flexibility to use and pay back over a time, which is more convenient for them, Mr. Sullivan said. The buy now, pay later space is very constrained to 4 payments over a 55-day type of contract. So you can just... this is all just... There's also the other thing about not having the same emotional hit when you tap a card to when you hand over a bill and get all these smaller ones back. But that's what they want to do. They want to get spending. But how long? How many of us? How many of us, and for how long have we lived beyond our means here in Australia? And we're starting to reap the rewards of such a decadent lifestyle and just flipping houses. An AB Group executive for personal banking, Rachel Slade, said on Wednesday, credit cards have not evolved with the growing shift towards debit spending. Both CBA and NAB's new cards do not charge customers monthly fees if the card is not used for a respective month. Okay, so there's the thing. If you incur the fee, this is insidious. Because you know what it'll do. You'll say, I've used it this month. I've incurred the fee, so I have to use it more to get my money's worth. Can you see what they're doing there? Can you see how it's manipulating people? Brilliant. Just brilliant. Mr. Sullivan said the bank's decision to offer cashback rewards for shopping at certain merchants meant customers were able to recoup the cost of the monthly fee. The cards, see, that's the thing. So they get deals. They probably get kickbacks from these merchants, or you have to buy to get in with it. There's something going on there. Oh, and they just up their prices. So, I mean, it's the same thing. Afterpay is no different. It just means instead of we're all incurring the cost of Afterpay every time we make a purchase, even those of us not using Afterpay, because they put the cost of all of their goods up. They should be allowed to offer cash discounts. But they won't do it. The card's minimum monthly repayment is $25 or 2% of the closing balance, whichever is greater. Monthly fees for the cards are $12 for $1,000, $18 for $2,000, and $22 for $3,000. ANZ and Westpac have not revealed whether they will offer no interest credit cards. So there we have it, everyone. What do you reckon? What do you think? You know, a new innovative product, or just another way to keep you in their ecosystem? As always, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this in the comments below. Do you still have credit cards, or have you abandoned them entirely? I've got two, one for business, one for personal, and I've brought them down to $500. And I pretty much pay them off on the day I use them, just out of convenience and because I'm too lazy. I have to admit it. I still, when I need cash out, I go to the counter. I go to the counter at my local branch. And the funny thing is, the bank teller, she actually grew up in this very house that I live in. The room that we have the kids in, she slept in there with 4 other kids. So there you go. You know, that's the difference of actually talking to people. When you go to these places, you get to learn about, you know, what's happening and get to know people. And whenever the banks tell me, oh, you know, you can make these transactions at the window, I go, no, I kind of like talking to people. But then again, maybe I really am showing my age here, guys. You know, what am I? Virtually a boomer. Yeah, virtually a millennial boomer. We'll just say that. Millennial X boomer. I'm old. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links to Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. Buy a merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care. I'll see you next time.